Hello and welcome to Ask Velvet podcast YouTube channel. So let me just say this. It's raining here in DC. I would be sitting outside, but it's raining so hard that I would be getting wet right now. But let me just say this. I had a dilemma today. I was trying to decide if I wanted to go to the grocery store and go grocery shopping, or if I wanted to put my order in with Instacart. Let me tell you why. Because with Instacart, right, you put your order in, and you pretty much are keeping your fingers crossed that the shoppers are going to find everything that you ordered. Because 9 times out of 10, they always want to substitute what's in your basket. Now, substituting what's in the basket, it's okay sometimes. But I'm noticing with Instacart, the majority of the time that I do Instacart, my basket is being substituted. And I'm okay with substituting. I really am. But sometimes there's just nothing like what you wanted in your basket. It's it's nothing wrong with substituting. But when you're doing it all the time, it kind of, you know, it just kind of make you wonder, you really can't find this. And then half the time they'll tell you they can't find it. So you get your money refunded, yes. But it's like I was really looking forward to that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, do I want to do Instacart, or do I actually want to go out here in the rain, go to the Safeway in my neighborhood, stand in line for 2 hours only to pick up a few things? And that's usually what it is in my neighborhood. See, when I go to the Safeway in my neighborhood, they only have 3 cashiers. I mean, 3 if you're lucky. Sometimes they only have 2, which kind of begs to ask the question, why don't you have enough cashiers? Now, if I was to go to a white neighborhood, they have plenty of cashiers. But for some reason in the black neighborhood, they never do. They have at least 3. So you're standing in line for about 2 hours just to get maybe 5 or 6 items. And yes, you could do the self checkout, but even with that line is even long. I mean, most of the lines are down the aisles. That's how long it is. And you only see at the most 3 cashiers, and you kind of wonder why. But I think it's just because it's in a black neighborhood and they really do not care. Because if it was in a white neighborhood, you'd be in and out. And yes, I could go to a white neighborhood, but I don't feel like traveling that far. I really don't feel like traveling that far. Although I do know people who have traveled that far just to go grocery shopping. Yeah, but but with all that being said, I just I did Instacart, and I'm keeping my fingers crossed that I get everything that's on my list. I'm keeping my fingers crossed that there are no substitutes, that they get everything that I asked for. But who knows? Dealing with Instacart, who knows? And like I said, the shoppers, they're very nice, they're very polite. and they're very punctual. But it's just the fact of knowing that at some point you're going to get a substitute. And that's just something you have to deal with. And yeah, I mean, I debated about this all morning long. I literally sat on my front porch debating on what I wanted to do. But let's see what happens with Instacart. Let's see if I get everything I ordered. And if I do, that is a blessing from the Lord. If I do, the Lord was answering my blessing today. But for now, I'm going to leave it at that. I'll be back to let you know if I got everything I ordered. So you all have a blessed Sunday. Enjoy your Sunday. Be safe.